Welcome everybody to our online program on addiction recovery from the Sunshine Coast Health Center up here in Powell River, BC. And we've been talking about relationships and giving you some tips on how to create positive relationships, which are pretty essential in recovery. All our research has said that it's really a requirement to develop strong, healthy, positive relationships in order to ensure you have good recovery. So we've been talking about things such as making boundaries with other people, things like be conscious of the messages you send to others, things like that. But here's really the kicker. This is the most important one. And that is learn how to develop an attitude towards other people. And the attitude is one of these other people. They're important. They are complex human beings. They have families. They're a son or a daughter, maybe a brother and a sister, maybe a mother and a father. But people are much more than just their actions. That there's always some depth to people. One of the great thinkers of the 20th century, a guy by the name of Martin Buber, basically created his philosophy behind this. And he said, too many people think of other people as objects. And so it's sort of an attitude of, well, what can this person do for me? Or, well, look at that person, and then maybe label them. But they don't really look at them as human beings. And Martin Buber was quite convinced that if you could develop this idea, what he called the I-thou relationship, to really appreciate this other human being and connect with that human being, then that was really the key to going on and living a very fulfilling, rewarding, enriched life. And it's that idea in recovery to try to appreciate people for who they are. Again, if you're in the 12-step program, you know that this is like a fundamental principle in the 12 steps, is to appreciate each member of the 12-step program as this very valuable, important person, regardless maybe of their behavior or what they did at this time or that time, but to accept that. And to accept that in spite of all that, these are beautiful people, they are important people, and really to absorb that into your attitude. So this is a really key thing in recovery, and it's very difficult to do, by the way. And again, we know from research that a lot of people with inactive addiction, this is how they tend to treat others, as objects. So what could this person do for me? What can this person not do for me? Is this person dangerous? Will they prohibit me from using drugs? Will they help me from using drugs, or they don't matter? Or is this person, are they going to disrupt my drug using? I mean, people in active addiction tend to look at others strictly in those terms as objects, not as real, living, breathing human beings who are complicated and have a background. And so in recovery, we want to reverse that. So the best way is this idea of approaching other people and appreciating that these are complex human beings, right? And to recognize they've got strengths and weaknesses, and really to gain some respect for all that thing. Again, not because they're the way you want them to be or anything, but in their own right, they're valuable human beings. Anyway, that's it for this online program, and we'll be back next time with another topic on addiction and recovery.